just got out of our 3-hour session that I taught at the Entrepreneur Center today about branding. And I wanted to share a quick tidbit that of the one thing that I said over and over again to all of the students in the class who are all relatively new businesses. They are growing businesses. And so they're trying to get to the next level. And so I taught this cohort on building out their core identity and their messaging and their core value proposition and their brand personality and all of those things. And the one thing that I kept saying to the class over and over again was say it plain. We were working on their core value propositions and their mission statements and all these different pieces. And every time they would do this work, I would get a bunch of gobbledygook. And honestly, this is the same thing that happens when we work with clients, when we encounter vision statements or mission statements, or we ask them to tell us what they do, and we get a lot of industry speak and all of this like rambling stuff. And I'm standing there listening intently, and these business owners in the class would tell me their core value proposition, and they would say it, and I would be listening so intently, and yet I'd end and I'd go, huh? What was it that I don't understand? And I said to them, if I'm standing here listening very intently to what it is you're trying to tell me it is that you do and the value that you provide, and I don't get it, then that means it is too complicated. If your mind has to work too hard to understand what it is you're trying to say and what it is the value that you're trying to deliver, then people aren't going to take the time to listen further or look further into what it is that you offer. So it's incredibly important to say it plain so we can create shortcuts in people's brains so they can very quickly and easily understand who you serve and the value you provide. We use this XYZ core value proposition framework. And so it's we help X do Y through Z, and make that as plain as absolutely possible, because when you do that, it becomes really clear who you serve, the problem you solve, and how you help them do that. And when you can keep it as plain as possible, people don't have to think quite so hard about how you might be able to help them and if you're a good fit for that person or not. So as you're working on your brand messaging or building out your brand strategy, think about how it is everything that you do, whether it's your mission, to your core value proposition, to your messaging, how can you say it plain? How can you say it so that a 7-year-old kid can understand what you're doing? When you do that, you'll create messaging that actually connects.